Hello, yogis. Welcome to your practice. This is a 30-minute practice that's focused on a deep stretch. So, deep stretching can be done after a workout or maybe even at the end of a day. We're going to work a lot with the hips and with the shoulders. And to begin, I am sitting on a blanket. Sometimes my hips feel a little tight after a workout, so I like to give them a little bit of help, a little bit of support by elevating them a little bit higher to bring that pelvis into neutral. Um, if you don't have a blanket that you can use for this, even grabbing a towel and folding a towel up can be a good tool. I also have 2 blocks and a strap, which you may or may not use as part of your practice, but I like to have them available just in case. So in this comfortable seat, bring your hands to your thighs, allow your eyes to rest closed. Take a few moments here to ground with the breath. Feel the breath moving into all areas of the body, especially the areas of the body that you've been working, or maybe that you haven't been working as much throughout your day. Maybe your hips are tight from sitting or from riding in a vehicle. Bring your focus and your attention to your shoulders and feel them softening down your back. And feel the heart lift. Feel expansiveness across the collarbones. And then allow your eyes to rest open, to come open. Bring your shoulders forward, up, exhale, back and down. Again, forward, up, back and down. Forward, up, back and down. And we'll reverse that. Inhale, back, up, exhale, forward, down. Inhale, back, up, exhale, forward and down. One more. Good. We're going to start right in with the hips here. Bring the fingertips behind, tilt the pelvis back, and bring the right knee on top of the left knee. And drop the outer feet down to the earth. So this can feel inaccessible for many. If this feels inaccessible for you, come back to your cross-legged position, but bring it a little bit closer. So we're crossing more at the shins versus at the ankles. Okay, so make the adjustment that's appropriate for your body at this point. And if you are able to stack the knees, hug the inner thighs together. Bring the hands to the soles of the feet, taking a moment here to give a little bit of attention, a little bit of credit for what our feet do for us throughout our lives, carry us through our lives. Inhale to sit up tall, and then exhale from here, hinging forward. And you'll start to feel the outer hips opening and stretching. So you can stay here. You can bring your hands forward as support, or you can fold a little bit further down, maybe tuck your chin, rest your chin on your knee, or even take your block and place your block beneath your head. Soften the shoulder blades down. See what you can let go of here. Oftentimes, until our attention is brought to a certain area of the body, we don't even realize that we're holding tension. So now bring your attention to your outer hips and see if with your next couple of exhales, if you can invite softness, if you can let go just the smallest amount. Then inhale to come up. Bring those fingertips behind, sit up nice and tall. Give a little squeeze into the inner thighs. And now we're going to place the right hand to the outside of the body, about 1.5 feet away from the hip. And if you're in the cross-legged position, stay in the same cross-legged position. Soften the elbow to the earth. Now, with the right leg on top here, we're holding that left leg down. We want to really add some length into the left side body. So begin opening that left arm up, a nice long line of energy, opening through the ribs, and feel those right ribs, those bottom ribs, reach forward. And notice that when you make that movement, when you bring those right ribs forward, how that opens that left side body, how that changes the stretch. Stay active with your feet, pressing the outer edges of the feet down, whether your knees are stacked or you're in the cross-legged position. And then press into that grounded hand. Come back up through to center. Place the sole of the right foot on the mat. So we're moving into twist. So the right leg comes over. The bottom leg can be straight or stay bent. So make the adjustment for your body so that both sitting bones can stay grounded. You can stay right on your blanket, or you can come off of your blanket if you feel like your hips are open enough now. Bring the right hand behind. Inhale, left arm lifts, get long in the spine. Exhale, elbow comes to the outside of the thigh. Soften the shoulder blades down. Soften the gaze. Nice deep stretch here. One more in-breath. And then exhale to unwind. We're going to bring the legs back in, and this time we're going to bring the left leg in front or the left leg on top of the right. Flexing through the feet, placing the outer edges of the feet onto the mat, pressing down, bringing the hands into the soles of the feet, offering a little self-love here, taking good care of the body that takes such good care of us. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, hinge and fold. Bringing that focus and that attention to the outer left hip, maybe using the block to rest the forehead or tucking the chin or using the hands to hold the body up. And when we pause and hold into areas of the body that are often extremely tight, and that's typically our hips and our shoulders, our hamstrings, everything that connects into those areas, we have to invite a softness. Sometimes the tension can bring tension to the mind, to the jaw, to the brow. So at this moment, see where you can invite some softness. Maybe it's deepening the breath and energetically sending the breath into the areas of tightness, using the lens of compassion to release areas that are restricted, using the lens of loving kindness as we give our bodies the space it needs to release, to surrender. One more in-breath here. And then exhale, coming back up through to center. Bring the fingertips behind, get nice and long in the spine. And then we're going to bring our left hand down about 1.5 feet away from the body. Depends on the length of your body. Soften the elbow towards the earth. Soften the shoulder down away from the ear. Bring that right arm up and over. And if the legs are crossed in this Gomukhasana shape with the left leg on top of the right, feel the heaviness of the leg on top of that bottom leg. Allow that to open deeper, the right side body, and then take those left ribs, slowly spin them forward just the tiniest amount, and notice the difference in that side body opener. Head can be neutral, gaze can lift up, gaze can lift down. That upper arm bone roots into the shoulder socket. One more in-breath here. And then exhale, coming back up to center. Moving into the twist on the second side, bringing the sole of the left foot to the earth on the outside of the right thigh. Maybe extending that bottom leg or leaving it tucked. Double checking that both sitting bones are grounded. Press the sole of the foot into the earth, bring the left hand behind. Get nice and long in your spine. Inhale, right arm lifts. And then exhale, hooking the elbow to the outside of the thigh. Keeping the chin in line with the sternum. Feel both shoulder blades softening down. Bring both shoulder heads back and draw the belly in. Stay active with that bottom leg, whether it's extended or if the knee is bent, pressing the outer edge of that foot into the mat. One more in-breath here. And then exhale, come back to center. We're going to cross the legs and make our way into neutral table. Placing the palms right beneath the shoulders, fingers spread wide, belly draws in. Squeeze those forearms together. Keep the back of the neck long. In breath here. Exhale, round the back, pull the hips back to the heels, crawl the fingertips forward, resting in child's pose. In breath here. Exhale, come forward, open the heart, splaying the sitting bones, pressing into the hands. Exhale, round the back, pull the hips back to the heels in child's pose. Good. Inhale, forward, open the heart, lift the tail. One more round. Exhale, pull the hips back, rest in child's. Inhale, forward, open the heart, splay the sitting bones. And then coming back to neutral table. Let's press into the hands, tuck the toes, lift the hips, coming into downward facing dog. Step the feet a little bit closer together, reach that right leg up and back, press into the heels of the hands, and then step that right foot to the outside of the right hand. Lower the left knee down and pivot on that right heel so that the right knee and the toes come about 45 degrees. The ball of the foot might come off the mat. Press into the hands to open the heart. Shoulders move down and back. And then rooting into the left palm, take your right hand to the inner right thigh, opening deep into that right thigh, into the right hip. You can keep the sole of the right foot grounded, or if you flex that foot, you can come to the blade edge of the foot. Good. Staying here if you like, holding on to this opening. Otherwise, we're going to bend the left knee. Now, to reach the left foot, I like to pull my hips back, bend the left knee, reach around, find the foot, and then come deep into the lunge so that I'm off the kneecap and onto where the thigh and the knee come together. Moving onto that thigh. Now, press foot into hand, hand into foot to open the heart, the shoulder, and the hip, and the front of the left thigh, the area of the psoas. Now, for some of us, this is not as accessible. So staying here if you like. Otherwise, you can take your strap, place the strap around the foot. You can use a loop or both ends of the strap. Find the foot with the strap and then pull with the strap, bringing the heel closer to the body. Keep pressing into that left hand to open the heart. Take another couple rounds of breath here in whatever variation you're in. And remember too that you might be rooted with hands on the earth or right hand pressing into the right thigh. So whatever variation is supportive for you, Stay there. Listen to the needs of the body. In-breath here. And then exhale. Release the hands. We're going to tuck the back toes to straighten that leg. And then step the right leg back. Downward facing dog. Step the feet a little closer together. Reach the left leg up. Feel the right back of leg lengthening. Heel descends towards the earth. And then step the left foot forward. Drop the right knee down. Same thing this side, but the hips may not respond the same. So use the props as you need to. Use modifications as you need to. So staying here with hands grounded and heart lifted might be plenty. This might be enough for this side of the body. Otherwise, moving into our variations, right hand roots beneath the right shoulder, press into the earth to open the heart. So instead of just folding into the hand, use that energy from the earth to open. Left hand may come to the left inner thigh. Again, that left foot is at a 45-degree angle here. And this might be just enough. You can move deeper into this by bending the right knee. Again, coming back slightly if you like to reach the hand to the foot, and then moving into a deeper lunge so that you're off of the kneecap, opening through the hips, and then spin that heart open. Press into the right hand to open the heart, opening the front of the left shoulder, opening the front of the right thigh, and opening deep into the left hip socket. Using the strap as you need to, creating a loop for the foot, or taking either end of the strap around the top of that back foot. Take your time to set yourself up. Couple more rounds of breath here. And then release that back foot down. Place the left hand on the mat. Tuck your back toes, straighten the leg, reach the left foot back. Downward facing dog. Inhale forward to plank pose. Exhale, lower to the earth. So we're going to do a little bit of gentle shoulder opening here. Let's bring the fingertips forward and wide. I like to call this funky cobra. Tops of feet press, thighs are engaged. When you engage the thighs, the knees will lift up off the earth. Think about lifting from the space behind the heart. Tenting the hands so the fingertips are grounded. Inhale, lifting from the space behind the heart. Keep the back of the neck long. Exhale, lower down. Bring the fingertips wide at the height of the shoulders. Inhale, lift. Thighs are engaged. Exhale, fold it down. Now bring the hands in next to the chest. Elbows squeeze in, shoulders move up, back, and down. Shoulder blades rest on the back. Tops of feet press. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, lower down. Let's bring the right arm out to a T. Tuck the chin, rest the right temple on the earth. And we're going to roll to the right side body. Keep the left hand grounded, opening the front of the right shoulder. You might choose to bend the left knee, place the foot on the earth behind the right leg. Taking another round of breath here. And then exhale, come back onto your belly. Reach the left arm out to a T, tuck the chin, rest the left temple on the mat. Bring the right fingertips closer to the body, rolling to the outer edge of the left side body. Maybe bending that right knee, placing the right foot down behind you. Breathing into the front of the left chest. Feel that opening. One more in-breath here. And then exhale, coming all the way back down. Stack the palms, rest your forehead, shake your hips out. Then plant the palms, move into neutral table. And then come back into downward facing dog. Hands reach a little bit further forward. Lift the hips up and back. Take a couple more rounds of breath here. And then slowly walk your feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Root down to rise up, arms extend. And exhale, palms to heart. Bring your hands to your hips. Step your feet out wide. Bring your feet parallel to each other. Firm the thighs, lift the heart. Exhale, hinge and fold. Release the fingertips to the earth. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold it down. Let go of the head. We have one more standing pose here. That's a shoulder and hip opener. So walk your hands forward as if you were in the widest downward facing dog, with the legs being the widest. Keep those hips above the ankles and stretch your arms out. Keep your right hand grounded and reach your left arm underneath your right arm and place your left hand to the outer edge of your right leg. Bend your left elbow towards the earth and reach your chest up underneath your right arm. And now bend your left knee, reaching your left knee away from the center line of the body. Right leg is straight, left elbow is bent, and right arm is straight, pressing into the earth. Feel opening in the inner thighs, the backs of the legs, the left hip, the left shoulder. Nice long right side body. In breath here. And exhale, left hand comes back forward and hang out for a moment here in your wide leg, modified down dog. Press into the left heel of the left hand. Reach the right arm underneath, coming to the outer edge of the left shin. Now bend your right elbow towards the earth. Spin your chest up towards the sky underneath the left arm. And then bend your right knee away from the left leg. And then slowly release your right arm forward. Pause here. And then walk your hands back beneath your shoulders. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway again. We're going to heel toe our feet back to center. Bring them about shoulder width apart and then lower into a squat. Elbows to the inner knees, heart lifts forward. And then from here, lower your chest, reach your arms forward, let go of your head. Hips are heavy, fingertips reach forward. Think of this as a hybrid between a squat and child's pose. Ears in line with the biceps. And then walking the hands back towards the body, we're going to come into a seated position. If you'd like, you can have your blanket beneath your hips. And then extend your legs wide. Good. Activate your feet so that the center line of the feet are in line with the kneecaps. Bring those fingertips behind. In breath here. Exhale, hinge and fold. And that might mean that your hands are forward or still back. So it just depends on how the backs of the legs are feeling, how the outer hips are feeling. Press the heels into the earth so that the knees don't lock out. And then come into a position that you can sustain for several rounds of breath. You might choose to bring your blocks beneath your forearms. You can even stack your blocks and rest your forehead on them. Keep those legs active as you fold, leading with the heart. Take a few more rounds of breath here, using each inhale to lengthen the torso out of the pelvis, and each exhale to fold maybe just a millimeter or two more. Keep grounded at the sitting bones, grounded at the heels, active with the soles of the feet, active with the thighs, softening the jaw, softening the shoulders, softening the outer hips. And then inhale back up through to center. Go ahead and cross the legs, come into seated. And then I'm coming off my blanket because we're going to come down onto our backs. So if you have a strap, go ahead and grab your strap, but you don't have to use a strap for this, so it's okay if you don't. Another great substitute for a strap is a scarf or even a towel or any kind of tie, necktie, or even a tie that you might use for a bathrobe. So draw the right knee into the chest. Flex through both feet, soften the shoulders down. And then either interlace the hands behind the hamstrings on the right leg to straighten that leg up, feel that thigh bone drop down, or you can take the strap around the ball of the right foot, pressing the heel up, reaching the toes back towards the body, passively opening the back of the leg, keeping that left leg active, left foot is flexed. In breath here. We're going to move into a twist. So if your leg is extended, you can take your both ends of the strap into your left arm and cross the body with straight leg. Now, if you are not using a strap, draw that knee into the chest, place the sole of the right foot on the left thigh, and then cross the body. Reach the right arm out to a T or soften the bend of the elbow into the shape of the field goal to soften that right shoulder down. Breathe deep and wide into the ribs. Good. Exhale back through center. Lower that right leg down. Bring the sole of the foot to the mat. And now extend that right leg long. Draw the left knee in. And you can again extend with the fingers interlaced behind the left hamstring. Or you can take the strap and place it around the ball of the left foot. Both options are great. Whatever is your preferred or whatever props you have available to you. Feel the heaviness of the leg where the thigh bone drops into the hip. Feel the heaviness of the shoulders. And then for the twist, whatever variation you are working with, you can bring both ends of the strap into the right hand, cross the body with the leg, and then reach the left arm out to a T, or draw that left knee back in. Place the sole of the foot on top of the right thigh, and then with the right hand, draw that knee over to the right. Feel that left shoulder blade dropping down. Feel the top of the left hip lengthening forward to the front of the mat, creating as much space for the side body as you are able. Just another breath or two here. And then slowly coming back up through to center. Release the strap if you're using it. Bring both soles of the feet onto the mat. Neutralize your hips and draw the knees into the chest. Giving yourself a hug, a show of gratitude for coming to your mat today. And then extending into Shavasana, reaching the legs long, the ankles wide, and the palms rest away from the body. Palms can face up, shoulders roll under slightly, tucking the chin just enough to create length for the back of the neck. Draw a deep inhale. At the top of the in-breath, pause and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. Open your mouth, release. Allowing yourself to drop in for Shavasana. We'll stay here for a couple of minutes. And if you have time beyond that, I encourage you to stay for a couple minutes more. Allow the body to be heavy. Allow the body to be grounded. If you have a little bit more time, I encourage you to stay here. Find more rest. Enjoy the relaxation. If you need to move on with your day and the 30 minutes fits with your schedule, slowly draw your knees into your chest. Take a moment to roll over to your right side, cradling your head in the right arm. Pausing here for a moment. And then pressing your hands into the earth, slowly bringing yourself to a comfortable seat. Bring your palms to heart center. Take a moment here to offer gratitude to yourself for coming to your mat today and for the body that carries you throughout your life. Namaste.